Walking alone allows you to reconnect with yourself in a way that is often impossible in the chaos of daily life, in the hustle and bustle of the world. Surrounded by the noise of other people's opinions and expectations, it can be easy to lose sight of who you truly are. But when you walk alone, whether physically or emotionally, you are given the space to reflect and rediscover your own essence. In solitude, you can peel away the layers that others have placed upon you, expectations, judgments, and pressures that may have shaped your choices. You get to strip back the distractions and the external influences, and you can ask yourself the fundamental question, who am I really? Without the input of others, you are free to listen to your own thoughts and desires. In this quiet space, there is no one telling you what to do, how to think, or who you should be. It's a rare opportunity to reconnect with the part of you that isn't shaped by outside forces. As you walk alone, you start to see yourself in a different light. You begin to understand your strengths and weaknesses in a more honest, raw way. There's no one around to impress, no one to compare yourself to, and no one to measure your worth against. It's just you and your thoughts. And in that stillness, you are able to process emotions, reflect on past experiences, and understand how they've shaped your journey. Walking alone gives you the gift of time to think deeply, time to reflect, and time to explore your true desires. This isn't just about being physically alone, it's about mental and emotional solitude. You can confront the things that have been buried inside, whether it's old wounds or unresolved dreams. It's in these moments of solitude that clarity often emerges. Without the distractions of daily life, the mind has the space to process and make sense of all that has been happening. It's a chance for personal insight, a chance to truly listen to your inner voice. This process of self-discovery isn't always easy. It can be uncomfortable at times. Being alone with your thoughts may uncover parts of yourself you've been avoiding or afraid to face. But it is in those very moments of discomfort that you grow. You learn to sit with the unease, to confront your fears, and to become comfortable in your own skin. Over time, you begin to appreciate the quiet moments, the stillness, as they allow you to understand yourself more deeply. The more you walk alone, the more you start to trust yourself. You learn that you are capable of navigating life on your own terms. You begin to recognize your own resilience, your own wisdom, and your own ability to make decisions that are true to who you are, not based on what others might expect from you. This self-awareness born out of solitude becomes the foundation upon which you build a stronger, more confident version of yourself. In the end, walking alone is not just about the physical act of being by yourself. It is about learning to be in harmony with who you are. It's about understanding your own thoughts and emotions, giving yourself permission to grow, and embracing the person you are becoming. It's through this solitude that you find a deeper connection with yourself. And in doing so, you walk out of the shadows of uncertainty into the light of self-assurance. Walking alone helps you realize that the most important relationship you will ever have is with yourself. And the stronger that relationship becomes, the more empowered you feel to take on whatever challenges lie ahead. When you walk alone, you are forced to confront challenges in a way that's entirely different from when you have the support of others. These challenges, whether they are physical, emotional, or mental, can often feel overwhelming at first. But it is through these very challenges that we experience the greatest growth. The absence of a safety net or external support forces you to dig within yourself, to rely on your own strength, and to navigate obstacles using only your inner resources. The beauty of facing challenges alone is that it provides you with the chance to truly understand your capabilities. When you don't have someone to rely on or a solution handed to you, you are compelled to find your own path. You have to think critically, make decisions, and trust your instincts. The process may not always be smooth, and there may be moments of doubt or fear, but it's these moments that provide the most profound lessons. They teach you that you have the strength and resourcefulness to overcome whatever stands in your way. Each challenge faced on your own, whether it's a difficult project at work, an emotional setback, or a personal struggle, is a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable. At times, the weight of these challenges may feel unbearable. The road might seem long and the solutions unclear. But it is in these moments that your character is forged. Every obstacle, big or small, becomes a test of perseverance, resilience, and self-belief. And with each one you overcome, you not only gain a sense of accomplishment, but you also build the confidence to tackle even greater challenges in the future. There's a certain sense of freedom that comes from walking through challenges alone. When you're not relying on others for help, you are forced to become self-sufficient. You learn how to find solutions, how to manage your emotions, and how to adapt to the ever-changing circumstances around you. This independence builds a sense of empowerment as you realize that you are in control of how you respond to life's challenges. You may not always be able to control what happens, but you can control how you approach and handle each situation. In addition to fostering personal strength, walking alone through challenges also deepens your sense of responsibility. You realize that no one else is going to fix things for you or bail you out. If something goes wrong, it's up to you to make things right. This sense of responsibility forces you to be accountable for your actions and decisions, and in doing so, you develop a stronger sense of integrity. You learn to stand by your choices, knowing that the consequences, whether positive or negative, are yours to bear. There's also a profound sense of satisfaction that comes with facing challenges alone. When you eventually emerge from a difficult experience, having navigated it on your own, the sense of pride is immeasurable. You don't just celebrate the resolution of the problem, you celebrate your ability to endure, to adapt, and to emerge stronger than before. It's an empowering feeling that you can only fully appreciate once you've walked through the fire and come out the other side unscathed. Moreover, challenges are not always negative. They also present opportunities for self-improvement. Walking alone through challenges pushes you to stretch your boundaries and explore new areas of growth. You may find that you're capable of handling far more than you thought, or that you have a resilience you never knew you possessed. With each challenge, you refine your skills, your mindset, and your approach to life. You become more resourceful, more adaptable, and more confident in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. Ultimately, walking alone through challenges is one of the most powerful ways to grow as an individual. It may not always be easy, and there may be times when you wish you had someone by your side to help shoulder the load. But it is through these moments of solitude and struggle that you learn the most about yourself. You discover your strength, your resilience, and your capacity to persevere. And in doing so, you emerge stronger than ever, ready to face the next challenge with greater confidence and courage. The journey of walking alone is a transformative experience, one that teaches independence in the most profound way. When you choose to walk alone, you step into a space where you are no longer relying on others to guide you or provide you with answers. It's a journey where you are the sole architect of your decisions. And each step you take is a reflection of your personal choices and convictions. This independence is not just about physical freedom, but also about emotional and mental self-sufficiency. It's the ability to stand on your own 2 feet, knowing that no matter what happens, you are capable of navigating life on your own terms. At the heart of this independence lies empowerment. When you walk alone, you are forced to trust your instincts and judgment. There is no one else to consult, no one to lean on for advice or validation. You must learn to rely on your own internal compass, honing your ability to make decisions that align with your values and aspirations. This requires a deep level of self-awareness and confidence. You begin to recognize that your voice, your thoughts, and your choices matter, and they are the only ones that truly define the direction your life will take. This newfound empowerment also brings with it a sense of liberation. When you are not constantly seeking approval or guidance from others, you free yourself from the constraints that often come with those external expectations. You are no longer tied to what others think you should do or how they think you should live. Walking alone allows you to break free from societal norms, family pressures, or peer influences that may have previously dictated your actions. It's a chance to carve out your own path, to live life on your own terms, and to pursue your dreams without fear of judgment or approval. There is a certain strength that comes from knowing you can rely on yourself. This self-reliance is not about rejecting the help of others, but rather about realizing that at the end of the day, you are the one responsible for your own happiness and success. When you walk alone, you recognize that your journey is yours to shape. You are no longer waiting for someone else to fix things or to tell you what to do. You take control of your own destiny, armed with the belief that you have everything within you to create the life you desire. As you embrace this independence, you also begin to understand the importance of self-sufficiency and emotional and mental well-being. Walking alone requires you to face your own fears, doubts, and insecurities without the crutch of others to rely on. It's in these moments of solitude that you learn to process your emotions and find ways to cope with life's challenges on your own. You discover that you don't need to seek constant validation or reassurance from others because you are capable of cultivating your own inner peace and strength. This emotional independence allows you to build resilience as you learn to navigate both the highs and lows of life with a sense of inner stability. However, this independence doesn't mean isolation or detachment from others. It simply means that you learn to balance the relationships in your life with a deep sense of self-awareness. You begin to realize that while companionship and support are valuable, they should not define your sense of worth or happiness. Walking alone teaches you that your value comes from within and that you are not dependent on anyone else for your sense of fulfillment. It's a shift in mindset from relying on others for happiness to finding that happiness within yourself. This transformation into self-reliance and independence also breeds a greater sense of confidence. The more you walk alone, the more you begin to trust yourself and your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. Each decision you make, each challenge you overcome reinforces the belief that you have the power to shape your own destiny. The confidence that comes from this independence is not about arrogance, but about a quiet, unshakable belief in your own worth and abilities. In the end, walking alone doesn't mean living in isolation or rejecting the value of connection with others. It means learning to stand strong on your own, to trust yourself, and to take full responsibility for your own journey. This independence brings with it a sense of empowerment and freedom that allows you to live life on your own terms. It's a journey that leads to greater self-discovery, self-sufficiency, and confidence, and ultimately to the realization that you are enough as you are stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever thought possible. When you walk alone, one of the most powerful aspects of the journey is the resilience you develop over time. Resilience isn't just the ability to endure hardship, it's the capacity to grow through it, to emerge stronger, wiser, and more adaptable. As you walk alone, you face challenges that test your strength, your patience, and your ability to bounce back. With each setback, you learn more about yourself and the depth of your inner strength. This growth doesn't come easily or quickly, but it is through the struggle and the obstacles that you build a resilience that will serve you throughout your life. The first step toward resilience is acceptance. When you walk alone, you are confronted with the reality that not everything will go as planned. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when the weight of the world seems too much to carry. In those moments, resilience is born out of the decision to keep moving forward, even when things feel impossible. You begin to accept that life is full of ups and downs, and rather than resisting the difficult moments, you start to embrace them as opportunities for growth. You recognize that pain, disappointment, and failure are all part of the human experience, and they don't define you. Instead, they shape you. As you continue walking alone, you begin to cultivate the mental toughness needed to face adversity. You learn that resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them head-on with the determination to keep going despite the obstacles. This mental toughness doesn't happen overnight. It's built through countless small moments of perseverance where you choose not to give up, no matter how the tough situation may seem. With every challenge you overcome, you add another layer to your resilience. You realize that the setbacks are not permanent. They are just stepping stones that prepare you for even greater challenges in the future. Resilience also involves learning to adapt. When you walk alone, you can't rely on others to solve problems for you or provide answers. You are forced to become resourceful, to figure things out on your own, and to make do with what you have. This adaptability is a key component of resilience. It's the ability to adjust your approach when things don't go according to plan, to find new ways of doing things, and to stay open to the lessons that each experience offers. The more you adapt, the stronger you become, because you are no longer confined to one way of thinking or doing things. You become more flexible, more creative, and more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Another aspect of resilience is the development of emotional strength. Walking alone requires you to confront your emotions head-on. You can't always rely on others for comfort or reassurance, so you learn how to process your feelings on your own. This emotional strength doesn't mean you suppress your emotions or ignore your pain. Rather, it means you learn how to navigate your emotions with grace and understanding. You start to recognize that emotions are not something to fear, but something to work through. As you become more in tune with your emotions, you build the resilience needed to handle the emotional challenges that life inevitably presents. Resilience also involves finding meaning in adversity. When you walk alone, you begin to see that every difficulty, every setback, and every moment of pain holds a lesson. It's through these experiences that you learn what truly matters to you, what you're capable of, and what you're willing to fight for. Adversity becomes a mirror reflecting your strengths and weaknesses and giving you the opportunity to learn and grow. This sense of meaning and purpose in the face of hardship strengthens your resilience because it allows you to see beyond the immediate pain to the growth that lies on the other side. Over time, the resilience you build when walking alone becomes a core part of who you are. It's not just something you turn to in times of crisis. It becomes an intrinsic part of your character, a foundation upon which you build your life. The more you face and overcome, the stronger you become, and you realize that you are capable of handling challenges that you once thought were insurmountable. Each challenge faced alone adds to your strength, and in turn, it builds your capacity to handle even greater difficulties in the future. Ultimately, resilience is the ability to rise after every fall, to stand taller after every setback, and to continue moving forward even when the road is rough. When you walk alone, you learn that the true measure of your strength is not how easily you can avoid obstacles, but how you can face them, learn from them, and use them to propel yourself forward. With each step, you build the resilience that allows you to tackle life's challenges with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to handle it. Through this process, you not only become more resilient, but also more capable of embracing the fullness of life, both the joys and the struggles, with an unshakable belief in your ability to navigate it all. When you walk alone, a remarkable transformation occurs in the way you perceive your own strength and capabilities. It is in the solitude of your journey that you begin to truly build inner strength and confidence. These qualities, often thought of as external markers of success or achievement, are actually deeply rooted in how you relate to yourself and the world around you. Walking alone without the influence or validation of others allows you to discover the immense power that lies within you. At first, this might feel like a daunting process. Walking alone often means facing your fears, your doubts, and the voices of insecurity that lurk within. In the absence of external opinions or support, you might question whether you are capable of handling the challenges that come your way. But this self-doubt is exactly where true strength is forged. It's not the absence of fear that defines strength, but the courage to keep moving forward despite it. Each time you face a fear and choose to move beyond it, you build a deeper sense of trust in your own abilities. This process of building inner strength involves learning to rely on your own judgment and decisions. When you walk alone, every choice you make is yours to own. There's no one else to blame or to credit for the outcome, successes or failures alike. You learn that your decisions are not just about the results, but about trusting your intuition and your capacity to adapt to whatever comes your way. This deep trust in yourself becomes the foundation for unshakable confidence. You start to believe that no matter what happens, you have the ability to handle it. Along the way, you also begin to realize that your worth doesn't depend on the approval of others. When you walk alone, you are no longer seeking validation or trying to meet external expectations. The need for external approval diminishes, and what remains is the realization that your value is inherent, not based on anyone's perception of you. This is a profound shift as you begin to understand that confidence comes from within, not from how others view you or how many people support your decisions. You stop measuring your worth by how well you conform to other standards, and instead, you find confidence in being true to yourself. Moreover, walking alone allows you to discover your own unique strengths. Without the noise of comparison to others, you can focus solely on your personal abilities and gifts. As you journey alone, you start to see the value of your individuality and the unique perspectives you bring to the world. It's easy to get caught up in the expectations and achievements of others, but when you walk alone, you are given the space to appreciate the strengths you've always had, the ones that have perhaps been overshadowed by external influences. In this space, you recognize that your potential doesn't need to match anyone else's. It's yours to define, cultivate, and express. This self-discovery also contributes to a sense of empowerment that is unparalleled. When you begin to trust your judgment and embrace your unique abilities, you start to feel more capable of navigating life's uncertainties. You realize that your own internal compass is reliable and that you can chart your course based on your own desires, values, and vision. As a result, you feel more in control of your life and more confident in your ability to make decisions that align with your true self. The process of building inner strength and confidence while walking alone also fosters resilience in the face of setbacks. You learn that failure isn't something to fear, but rather a stepping stone toward growth. Each mistake or misstep becomes an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. When you trust yourself and your abilities, you understand that you can always bounce back from difficulties. You begin to see challenges as opportunities to refine your skills and strengthen your resolve. This ongoing process of growth, through both success and failure, builds a deep sense of confidence that cannot easily be shaken. Ultimately, walking alone teaches you that your power is not reliant on anyone else's validation or support. It is a journey that leads to the realization that you are enough exactly as you are. As you learn to trust yourself, embrace your strengths, and face challenges with resilience, you become more confident in your ability to create the life you desire. This inner strength and confidence become your greatest assets, providing the foundation for all your endeavors and helping you navigate the world with a sense of purpose and self-assurance. When you walk alone, there is an immense sense of freedom that emerges, a liberation from external pressures and the constraints that often come with living under the influence of others. This freedom allows you to live life on your own terms, making choices that align with your values, your desires, and your personal goals. Walking alone removes the noise of outside opinions, leaving you with the space to explore who you truly are and what you truly want. It's a freedom that isn't about being disconnected from others, but about being fully connected to your own sense of purpose and direction. At the core of this freedom is self-reliance. When you walk alone, you are forced to become the master of your own fate. You can no longer depend on others to make decisions for you or to help you navigate through life's challenges. You learn to trust your own instincts, to rely on your inner strength, and to take full responsibility for your actions and outcomes. This self-reliance is empowering because it reinforces the understanding that you are fully capable of handling whatever comes your way. The more you walk alone, the more you realize that you have the power to create the life you envision without being dependent on anyone else's approval or guidance. This self-reliance extends beyond the physical realm. It also applies to your emotional and mental well-being. When you walk alone, you learn to rely on your own resources to cope with the ups and downs of life. There is no one else to turn to for comfort or reassurance, so you must develop the tools within yourself to handle stress, uncertainty, and the inevitable setbacks that life throws your way. This inner resilience, cultivated through solitude and independence, enables you to face difficult emotions and circumstances with grace and strength. You become more adept at managing your emotions, finding balance, and remaining calm under pressure, knowing that you are the one in control of your response. As you grow more self-reliant, you also become more attuned to your own desires and goals. Walking alone offers the opportunity to assess what you truly want out of life without the influence of others clouding your judgment. You begin to recognize what makes you truly happy and fulfilled, and you realize that you no longer need to conform to societal expectations or follow the path that others have laid out for you. The freedom to choose your own path is liberating because it allows you to live authentically and pursue what brings you joy without being weighed down by the opinions or desires of others. This newfound sense of direction becomes the guiding force that propels you forward, enabling you to chase after your dreams with passion and purpose. This freedom also enables you to embrace change and growth. When you are no longer confined by the expectations or limitations imposed by others, you become more open to new experiences and possibilities. Walking alone encourages you to step outside your comfort zone, try new things, and take risks. The absence of external pressure allows you to explore new ideas and perspectives, broadening your horizons and enriching your life in ways that you might never have considered before. You realize that change is not something to fear, but something to embrace as it opens the door to new opportunities and personal growth. In this space of freedom, you also find the courage to set boundaries and prioritize your own well-being. Walking alone teaches you that it's okay to say no, to protect your time and energy, and to focus on what truly matters to you. Without the need to please others or meet external expectations, you learn to honor your own needs and desires. This sense of autonomy and self-respect allows you to build healthier relationships and create a life that aligns with your values, rather than constantly seeking validation or approval from those around you. Ultimately, walking alone provides the freedom to live authentically and fully. It is a journey of self-discovery where you shed the layers of societal conditioning and step into the person you were always meant to be. In this space of freedom, you become the author of your own story, writing each chapter according to your own vision and desires. This freedom doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world, but rather it means choosing to live with intention and purpose, guided by your own inner wisdom. As you continue to walk alone, you become more confident in your ability to shape your own destiny, knowing that you have the power to create the life you've always dreamed of.